Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be back at South Coast Karting doing my first ever senior race in the Senior Lightweight Championship. I just about managed to reach the minimum weight. It was actually underweight in the first practice and qualifying, which was a dreadful session for me. I came second last, had 3 crashes. It was dreadful, and so starting this race, been a bit annoyed, but we're going to try and improve. We'll be starting P9. I just about managed to get another kilo onto the cart to make sure I was heavy enough to do this race. So yeah, there is that weight that I'm putting on the side, and then we've got it on the seat as well, of course. But we're going to try and stay focused now on the race. It was very cold today, and I couldn't feel my toes after about 2 seconds. But anyway, first race of the season. Yes. Okay, let's roll the fancy intro. Okay, so lining up on the grid for the first race of the season, my first senior race. Eyes on the lights then, the 5 red lights are going to go on. There's 2, 3, 4, is there only 4? There's only 4, oh no. And we're off. So I get a really good start because I'm a bit lighter than everyone else. Like I said, I'm perfectly on the minimum weight. Most of the people are above it by a bit more. And we're going to get an alright start, like I said. Going to lose a bit of time on turn 2, but then we'll gain it in the exit. And just around here, this corner here was my weakness today. It was a bit sort of wet, not wet, but greasy on the surface of the track. So this only being the 4th session that had been run that evening, it was still very slippy, even on the normal racing line. So it's kind of a bit treacherous. If you're going to overtake, you kind of have to stay on that dry line. If you go off it, you're going to lose a lot of time. You might lose so much grip that you end up crashing, but we're going to see if we can go around the outside. We've lost one person there, and then we've immediately lost a position, so could have gone up to P8 there, but just was under attack at the same time, and I went a bit wide. But anyway, we've got to stay focused. We're going to go very wide there, almost into the tyre wall. Not happy about that at all. And that corner, like I was saying, is my weakness, because I just couldn't figure it out in these conditions. I've driven this track a lot, but never really when it's kind of half wet, half dry. So that was a difficult corner, but we figured it out as sort of the evening went on. But now time to focus on now it's time to focus on the drivers in front. You can see there's a group of like 5 or 6 when I join, and so we're going to just try and get on the back. They're going to hold each other up, which should make it a bit easier for us to catch them. I'm going to see a couple people going wide here. Could have maybe gone for a move around the outside, but probably wouldn't have been clever because it's, like I said, not very grippy at all. We're going to go up the inside here on the exit there. Perfect. Give the guy in front a little bump. I think that is life at the back of the grid. A great YouTube channel you guys should check out. I'll probably leave a link down in the description there. But now we're going to try and overtake him. So we've lost a little bit of time on the exit of turn 2 there. I think he's braking a bit earlier than me. Most people were, not because I'm Daniel Ricciardo or anything. I'm just a bit lighter, like I said, so I can get away with braking a little bit later. But then I'll lose that time in the fast corners, as you're seeing here. So it sort of balances it out. Does make it a bit tricky when you're in a group though, not to accidentally take all of them out. Anyway, back onto these guys in front. I've got to start to think about how I'm going to overtake them onto lap 5, and it's pretty difficult to overtake when someone knows how to defend on this track, especially when, like I said, there's no grip off the racing line, as you'll see here, because I'll go very wide again. But we've got someone moving slowly here, so let's try and take advantage of that. That's when it's easiest to overtake, of course, when someone gets a bit out of shape and you can just try and glide past very easily. And this, if you miss that apex there, as I've just done, you'll go wide. I didn't go too wide there, but you'll see later on that's going to really be a struggle. Anyway, back onto these guys. The front two have sort of got away a bit. They're not the front two of the race, but the front two of the pack we were in. So we're going to try and stick with these two. I'd be pretty happy with, I think that's P7 and P6. P6 would be a pretty good first result. I think there were 10 people in this first race, so we'll try and just stick on the back of these guys, maybe get past them. And you can see person in front as we skip ahead to lap 8 has a Lewis Hamilton helmet, so we're going to try and make a hashtag blessed move, and he's hashtag blessed gone into the tyre wall. We're going to just about get past him. I think I ended up getting a contact warning for that. It's a bit annoying because we didn't touch, but hey ho, I didn't get another one, so it wasn't a problem. But it has cost us a little bit of time off to the kart in front, so we'll try and catch up to them now for the rest of the race. We've got about 10 laps left. He's going to lose some time on the entry exit mid corner of turn 1. Hang on, I just said all 3 of them. Anyway, we've gained a little bit of time on him, so let's see whereabouts we could try and go for a move. A little bit too fast into this chicane here. We're going to lose time throughout this section. This boot section, if you will, was my struggle as well in the first race and the first practice qualifying session. That's where I had 2 of the 3 crashes I had. The other one was just here. I tried to just find out how late you could get away with braking, broke where you would in the complete dry and went straight into the tyre wall. Unfortunately, didn't have the GoPro recording for that, but it would have been quite funny to watch, although it wasn't funny when it happened, of course. Anyway, 9 laps to go. I don't know exactly how far we are into the race, but I know we're probably about halfway at this point, so I'm going to know that we've got a decent bit of time. We're going to go very wide, and lost concentration, missed an apex, and he's gone round again, so we lost a position and then gained it back immediately, which is, you know, lucky really. We got away with that there. I made a silly mistake, but didn't end up suffering too much from it in the end, which is good for me. Obviously not so good for them, but what isn't good for us is we've lost so much time to the kart in front, and we're going to have to spend the rest of the race trying to catch up. So here is the rest of the race. You can see we're just going to lap someone here, we're not racing them. And penultimate lap, we've lost quite a lot of time. I just couldn't keep the same pace I had at the start for the whole race. I was really tired, and there's the checkered flag. So yeah, first senior race done. I was knackered, I don't know why. The other races I was nowhere near as tired, maybe I just got used to it, but for some reason after this first race I just lost a lot of speed towards the end, and we came away in P7, which is a decent improvement on P9, but I think we can do a little bit better. So let's go on to heat number 2. Okay then, so lining up on the grid for the second heat. This is the second race of 3, and we're going to try and do a bit better this time. I'm starting P7 and I want to move forwards. I think I'm faster than the couple guys in front of me, so let's focus on trying to get past those 2 and then stay in front of them. I'd be pretty happy with P7, but I want to move forwards. I want to do better in my second race than my first. So eyes on the lights. It's a really long hold and we're off. We're going to stay to the left of that cone in the middle there. We're not allowed to go to the left or right of it for safety reasons. We're going to try and make a move on the inside there of turn 2, drift a bit wide. We both just about managed to make it around the corner, but we're good. We're just on the back of the guys in front. You can see person in the orange suit goes a bit wide and we get past them, so that's 2 places in 3 corners. Brilliant start up to P5. this would be a good result if we can just keep this. We're going to see if we can get past P4 even. Looks like we have a bit of a better pace in the very early race, and so if we can just keep up with these guys now and then try not to lose too much time to them later, stick on his bumper but not that much. We've gone into the back of him and we've lost loads of time. They're going to fly off into the distance, and that's sort of the thing about karting, especially in rentals. But the really fast guys, they don't make mistakes, so when you make mistakes you immediately lose loads of time. Even if you're as fast as them, if you're making more mistakes you can't keep up. So let's try and maybe close the gap a bit, but focus rather on trying to overtake people, not being overtaken by the guys behind us. I think that's going to be more our race this time. So just trying to focus on consistency. I think that was probably a bit of an issue throughout the whole weekend. I was decently quick, but I made quite a few silly mistakes, and we might see that later on in this race. I made some silly mistakes. But anyway, this is now. Let's focus on just taking these curbs. So that's the little bit at the bottom there, and we actually missed the one on the exit there, which is not good. Don't do that. Let's see if we can do anything into turn 1 though. Gonna get on the outside. This is an overtake for P4. No, just a bit better, a bit tidier on the exit. The switchback wasn't on. Once again through the worst corner of the track for me this race, and you can see we've lost so much time through it. I didn't know what was going on. Just always couldn't carry as much speed, it seemed like, as I normally could. And you know what? Let's just try and keep on this guy, and hopefully he'll help to pull us away from the guys behind. So you can see clattering the curb on the inside there, getting quite close to that little tyre wall on the exit. I think I actually went into that just very lightly a couple times, not enough to have a crash, but he's taken a big hit on the barrier there, the car in front. That didn't look nice. Fair play for managing to keep it pointing forwards. But yeah, I did go into that tyre wall just a bit with the right side of the car, which I think lost me some time, but we've lost concentration. We've gone wide into the tyre wall, completely off the track and onto some grass. We're going to lose 1 place, 2 places. So he comes flying up the inside, but he's going to go wide so we can try and get back on the inside. Is he going to come back again? No, so we're going to just about manage to keep hold of P6 for now. But so annoying, just a short lapse in concentration, and it's like I was saying in the first race, you get off that racing line and you just have no grip at all. So let's try not to make that mistake again. Keep very close to the inside on those 2 curbs like I did on that lap, because it helps rotate the car, and it's also where everyone else is going, which even if it's not the fastest way, when it's a bit wet, the way everyone else is going is always the fastest way, because that's the bit that's dry, and chances are everyone else is going the right way. If you're going different to everyone else, you're probably doing it wrong. But I can see life at the back of the grid there, just in front, with his brilliant rear-facing camera, which I think I give a wave to at some point. But anyway, let's focus. It's a big gap. I think we can maybe just about close it if we stay consistent, so let's focus on that. Going a bit wide there, once again coming offline. We're in the middle of the track, completely set up wrong. We're going to lose loads of time there. That's what I was saying about glancing the tyre wall there. Someone on the inside. I'm going to go very much over the curb on the fast corner there. Like I was saying, sort of pushed my seat out of the my seat insert, sorry, out of the seat a couple times, which was very scary when it first happened. But let's focus. 10 laps to go. We'll skip forwards 1 lap now, and oh no! Once again, super wide. Didn't quite go into the barriers, but we've lost another position down into P8. Well, no, we've lost 2. We've lost 2 positions, and now we're down into P8. So let's just see what we can do. Let's try and get past the driver in front. We did lap him in the first race. Don't know if he had an accident, but it makes me think maybe we're a bit faster than him. Maybe we can try and get past him before the end of the race. It's very annoying when this happens. It's weird, because when you have 1 accident, you're more likely to have another, and then when you have 2 accidents, you're more likely to have another, and it goes on and on and on. So you have to just try and stay focused and not get annoyed, which is very difficult when you realise that you're making loads of mistakes. But let's focus on this guy in front. We've caught him quite a lot. Going to be too far back for a move into turn 1, I think. Let's see. Yeah, way too far behind. But not so tired this race, sorry, which is good. not this lap. That doesn't make a difference, does it? But for some reason in the first race I was just absolutely knackered since about halfway through, and then in this one I was completely fine, which is weird. It seems like it should be the other way around. We've got the orange suit going wide there, so we're going to see if we can just sneak up the inside. No chance. He's covered it off very well. Can we take a move into turn 1? No, not unless we're going to switch back, and we're going to be too far behind. We're not going to have the grip on the exit of turn 1 to make that happen. Let's just stick to the back of him then, and we'll try and see if he makes another mistake like I've made plenty of. We'll go through, and that's all the thing with karting. You make mistakes and it's annoying, but you have to realise other people are going to make mistakes probably as well. So if you can stay consistent, then when other people make mistakes, you can make up for the ones you've made. Alright, so we've come like a bit behind now. We've lost contact just a little bit with the guys in front, but we're going to try to keep catching up. We've not got many laps left, not that I knew that in the car. And whoa! He's gone very wide there. You can see, let's have a look at that again. Fully into the grass on the inside there. It looks like he nearly went into a marshal, which is a bit scary. But that was pretty much all that happened. We gained a position from that. Last lap of the race now, and boom, all done. That's P7 once again in the second race. Bit annoying, feels like I wasted a really good start, but hey ho, that's what happens. We made mistakes, we benefited from others. Alright guys, then time for the final, the last race of the evening, and the most important. We're going to line up on the grid in P7, just get some fluid in the brakes there. And apologies if I sound a bit different, I've had a bit of a cold. It's been like a month since I made the rest of the video, but been quite busy. So we'll line up on the grid, ready for the final race. Not expecting too much, let's just try and keep P7. Maybe we can go 1 or 2 places forwards. I think that would be a pretty good result, judging by how we've done on the rest of the night. So eyes on the lights, and go. So we get an alright start. You see, not amazing. We're going to go to the right. That's going to open a space on the inside. Luckily no one's going to go for it. See if we can get the switch back just here. A bit of contact there, not going to get through. I'll see what we can do through here. This has been my weakness for the whole night, not losing as much time as we've gone through. I think that's because it was sort of drying up a little bit, so just able to carry more and more speed as we went. Someone's got a bit wide there. We've gone offline. We're going to lose quite a bit of time on the exit here, but let's see what we can do into turn 1. These early stages, always the best time to try and gain position. So let's have a look down the inside. Is it going to happen? Big look up in front, bit of contact, not going to get past. What about on the exit? No, not quite. Also getting some pressure from behind now. Very wide sparks flying on the exit there. And let's see, can we go round the outside here? Just about, not going to make it work. Let's see, can we try again then into turn 1? I've got to remember that right on my tail also is P8. He's going to be trying his hardest to get past, so I don't want to go for a move that's too risky and lose time. Let's see, once again, just not quite the space. What about on the exit? No, it's very easy to defend on this track. If you know what you're doing, you can really hold up the person behind you, which makes for a lot of good sort of opportunistic moves. But it also means if you want to gain loads of positions, it can be pretty tricky. At this point, it's also super dark, so I think this is by far the darkest I've ever driven on this track, and it is a bit weird. You feel like you're going a lot faster than you are, and it's kind of hard to spot your braking points and stuff, but it is pretty well lit. It's pretty well lit up. We'll move on to lap 6 now, jumping a few laps ahead. You can see Adam way in front, going to go very wide, and we're going to manage to get past there. So a bit of a big hit into the barriers there. We had a sort of similar incident in the earlier races, so that means we're going to manage to take 1 place. We're going to go into P6, and at this point we've got a bit of clean air in front. Let's just try and catch up to P5 and get some good consistent laps in. You can see now there's a bit more of a sort of dry line. It wasn't a completely wet track, but it was a bit slick, and as we kept driving throughout the night, it did get a bit drier, so able to carry more speed through this fast stuff here. As you can see, gaining loads of time on P5 there. He goes a little bit offline. Let's see what we can do here. We're going to have an amazing battle over the next couple of laps. Let's see, can we straight away though try and go around the outside into turn 1, maybe on the exit of turn 2? No, what about a switch back then? Maybe going to be just a bit too far back. Alright, let's stay on his tail through here, try not to lose any time. Like I was saying, it's dried up, so we're not going to lose out through being lighter as much as we were earlier on. Right on his tail. Let's see if we can get a good exit from here and he doesn't get quite a good one. We can try and go for it into turn 1. Just a bit too far back then. You can see he's taking quite a tight line into turn 1. Sorry, I'm having trouble speaking, I'm very rusty, it's been ages. But he's taking quite a tight line into turn 1, which means he's trying to stop us from going for a move. So I know that he's very much aware of me being here, and if I can keep putting the pressure on him, I might just be able to force a mistake and get an easy pass. But we've lost a little bit of time with the exit there, so let's not get too carried away. We haven't overtaken him yet, so let's keep working on putting that pressure on and just trying to stay consistent. A little bit of curb on the way out there. We actually had a bit of contact with that inside wall, which was costing us a bit of time on the exit of turn 2. And it always sparks on that outside corner. That's very cool, something we didn't get in the juniors. He's gone wide, a little bit of contact, not quite close enough to really take advantage of it and go for a move though. How about through here? Going to be right on his tail. I'm not overly pleased he's gone to the inside there, but looking back on it, it wasn't really a mistake to do that. Could have gone for a move there, but would have been some heavy contact. Alright, we've lost some time. Let's recoup, let's reorganise, and we've actually gained a lot of time on him through there, so maybe we can send a move into the last section of the track. No, just too far back. At this point, starting to get a bit frustrated. I think I'm probably faster. I want to get past. So let's see, turn 1. Once again, the best overtaking opportunity on the track. He's going to go to the inside, and we're going to have to just let him keep it for now. Not going to have the exit speed to get past him. Once again, we wait. Next lap. Taking a bit of curve on the inside there, and my seat insert was coming a little bit out of the kart there. I might have already said this, but it's a bit of a weird sensation. Takes a bit of getting used to when you have a seat insert, because it doesn't move around much, but inside the seat it does sort of wiggle a little bit. Right on his tail then into turn 1. Is this the time we're going to go to the right? No, but we're side by side. Perfect opportunity for a switch back on the exit here, but not quite. Great battle we're having. Once again, we've gained on him through the weakest corner, or what was our weakest corner on the track, which is good. That means we're improving. Let's see, can we go up the inside here? He's gone a little bit wide, and we're going to send it through. And it looks like we've just got past him into P5. I think there was a bit more luck than skill there, but hey ho, we've got past him. That was a very spur of the moment pass, but we've got it into P5, and this race is starting to go very well. You can see we've got some lap traffic up ahead, and then the person in the orange suit, the orange helmet, is P4. So let's just try and get our heads down hard as possible to try and catch up, and maybe we can have another good fight for P4. Losing a little bit of time there. I think that's one of the only mistakes I've made all race. I was really happy with my driving, which is the first time pretty much afternoon, evening, all event, but we have made a little bit of a lapse of concentration there. Bit annoying, we've lost some time. Let's see what we can do for P4 though. Skipping ahead to lap 21 then, and the gap's come down a little bit. We've sort of managed to stay consistent. We haven't made too many more mistakes. Must be getting towards the end of the race now though. It's lap 22. Obviously I didn't know exactly what lap it was, but I knew we weren't, you know, far off the edge. I realised I've been driving for a long time. I think it's a 15-minute final in the adult series. So once again, head down, stay consistent, and we'll see if we can catch him. We've actually done quite well this lap. We've managed to catch him up quite a bit. This is pretty good. Maybe if we keep our heads down. I must have said that a million times by now, but it's true. Just as much focus, as much concentration as possible. And we've caught him again on the edge of lap 2. Is there some kind of problem maybe? He's gone very wide. He's going to go into the wall. That's a big hit, and we're going to manage to go past him for P4. Just a few laps from the end. And is he right on our tail? We're going to have a look back, and he seems to be pretty far behind. You can't really see on the camera there, but trust me, we'd got a little bit of a gap to him, which is good. He obviously would have bogged down after that impact. And then the camera died. This was pretty much the last lap anyways, so it doesn't really matter. And we ended up coming home in P4 after making up that position on the second last lap, which was a pretty good result considering I had 3 crashes in practice and a dreadful quali. Coming home in P4 in the final was a pretty good improvement, and we had some good driving. So alright, all done. On to the first round of the championship, which will be the next video. This was just sort of a warm-up. Pretty good, and I've got a lot of confidence going into the actual championship rounds now. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep the notifications turned on so you don't miss the videos we're going to be doing karting this year. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.